welcome back to my channel. I am Amber from Amber's Books and More, and today I have my Emojiathon / June TBR. So I'm excited to join the Emojiathon for the first time, and it goes for the entire month of June, and a lot of people are getting involved, and it's really a fun challenge, bookathon, readathon, whatever you want to call it. So I have quite a bit of books. You're only supposed to actually read 4 is the challenge, but I have a little bit more than that, so let's just go ahead and jump right in and get started. Okay, so for the first one, the emoji is the red heart emoji, and it is read a romance / contemporary. So for this one, I'm going to be reading Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I've heard such good things about this book, and I think that it is kind of, even though it's contemporary, it's kind of like a fangirl over a Harry Potter type world, and so I think I can really relate to that, and so I'm excited for this one to be my contemporary / romance for the Emojiathon. So for the next emoji, it is the smiley face with the heart eyes, and it is read a book you bought because of its cover. So this one actually goes a little bit with the first one, but this is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, which is the fan piece that she wrote, but it's written as Rainbow Rowell and not as Kath, from what I understand. But this cover, whenever I saw that they released this paperback, I had to have it. I didn't really care for, I liked the one for the hardcover just fine, but it was something that it was just like, oh, it's nice, whatever. But this one is so pretty with the guys on the front, and on the inside it's got like the stars, and then it has the map of the school, I think is what they call it, is a school. So I'm really excited to read this one, so I'm going to read that first, and then I'm going to read this one right after. Not necessarily first of the month, but I'm going to read that one before I read this one. But this one is my book I bought because of the cover art. Okay, so for the next emoji, it is a little robot emoji, and it is read a futuristic / sci-fi book. And for that, I'm going to read These Broken Stars by Megan Spooner and Amy Kaufman. I bought this a long time ago, and I really want to get to this. It looks really good, and I love sci-fi, so I'm definitely excited to get to this one soon. And I'm glad that this gives me kind of an excuse to finally just do it and get to it, because the last few sci-fis I've read this year I've really enjoyed. So I'm definitely looking forward to this one. So the next emoji is what I kind of call a mix between Scream and Home Alone. It's like the emoji. It's really cute, but it's supposed to be scared. So that one is read a thriller or horror, and for that I'm going to be reading Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. This is a thriller. She's the same author that wrote Girl on the Train, which they made a movie out of. I received this from the Book of the Month Club. Whenever I signed up and used the code WATER, I got this for free this month, and so I'm definitely excited to get to this because I love thrillers, and so I've heard mixed reviews, but I'm excited to see what I think of it. So this is for my thriller / horror. So the next emoji is a little baby emoji, and it is to read a 2016 / 2017 release, so basically a new book, a little baby book. And so for this, I'm actually going to read the book that I chose for my Book of the Month Club, and that is The Love Interest by Cale Dietrich. I hope I said that right, I'm not sure. But this is basically about like a type of spy type thing where these two boys, one's a good boy, one's a bad boy, and they're basically raised in this I don't even know what to call them, but like company that is like, oh, we're gonna send you two out. You have to get the main character, the girl, to fall in love with you. Whichever one she falls in love with will kill the other one, and they start to fall in love with each other. I've also heard really mixed reviews about this one, so I'm excited to see how I like this one for myself. It's kind of like a thriller, sci-fi, romance kind of mix, and it's male romance. So I'm really excited to get into this one. So the next emoji that I'm going to do is called, it's a little stack of books, and it says freebie, read any book. And so for this one, I'm actually going to read A Clash of Kings, which is the second book in A Song of Ice and Fire series by George R.R. Martin, or as everybody may know of it as the Game of Thrones series. I read the Game of Thrones, the first book, last month, really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely excited to get to the second one. It's chunky. I'll probably get it on audiobook and just take my time listening to it, but I love these books so far. They're so good, and so I'm excited to get to this one. Okay, so for the next emoji, it is the cry face emoji, and it is to read a cry-worthy book, and for that I'm going to read A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. This is a small book. I should get through it fast, but I've heard that it gives a lot of feels, and I've had this on a TBR probably nearly every month since I started BookTube, and I need to just bite the bullet and read it. So I'm definitely excited to feel some feels with this one. So the next emoji that I have is, it's like two girls and two boys with little leotards all together, like a buddy of people, and it says, "Buddy, read a book." I don't have this book in my possession yet because I'm getting it from the UK, because the US cover is horrendous, okay? But it is A Long Way to a Small and Angry Planet, and I can't remember the name of the author, but I will insert a picture here. So I've ordered this book off of Book Depository because of that cover. The one I just showed you is the one that I want, and it's the UK cover, because here is the American cover. Why would it be so ugly compared to that first one? So I ordered off of Book Depository. I am buddy reading that with Julie over at Pages and Pens Buddy Read group on Facebook. If you want to read this one with us, just come on over. We're reading it in the month of June, and we'll be happy to join and have everybody read it together. Okay, so for the next emoji, it is like a kind of like a disgusted emoji, I guess, but it's read a book that you're annoyed at yourself because you haven't read it yet. So I guess like annoyed emoji. And for this, I'm going to read The Fellowship of the Rings, which is the first book of the Lord of the Rings trilogy by J.R.R. Tolkien. I've tried to read this a few times. I wasn't in the right place in my life, wasn't in the right state of mind to really enjoy it. So I'm going to give it another try this month, and I'm ready to get this because I know a lot of people that are big Tolkien fans, Julie, and I'm excited to discuss this with them because they love it so much. So this one's definitely going to get read this month. Okay, so for the next emoji, it is the face with the dollar signs and the eyes, and also like the dollar tongue, and it is read a book that was expensive. So for this, I'm going to read Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets Illustrated Edition. Even though I think I only paid about $15 for this, which is a lot for a book. It's normally like a lot more than that. I think it normally runs about 50 or 40, $39.99. So this is an expensive book, even though I got it on sale at Half Price Books, but I'm definitely excited. I read the first one last month, and I really enjoyed seeing the illustrations. So I'm definitely going to read this one. This one could also go for, there's an emoji to read a book in 24 hours, and this could also go for that because it doesn't take me long to read these. But I'm going to use these for the expensive one. Okay, so the last emoji that I'm going to do for the Emojiathon is the little candy emoji, and it is read a book that's like candy to you, or aka a guilty pleasure. So one of my guilty pleasures are witches. I love reading about witches. If there's magic or witches involved, I pretty much want it. So for this one, I'm going to go with, this one is A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. I've seen this around BookTube a little bit, but not a whole lot. But I got this pretty good price at Half Price Books, and it's about witches, and that's really all I know about it. And it's a trilogy, the All Souls trilogy, so I'm excited to see what I think about this one. This is probably one of the ones that if I don't get to it, it's going to be okay. I'll push it out to another month, but I'm just adding this to the Emojiathon because I want to get to it soon. Alright, so that's it for my Emojiathon / June TBR. That was 11 books. That's a little bit ambitious for me because I know I usually read about 8 to 10 books. I have to read my May wrap up, and if I finish the one that I'm working on right now, which I should, before the end of May, I will have read 12 books. So I think I can do it. 2 of those are shorter books, and I just want to get back into this BookTube world, but I have definitely still been reading. So that's all I have for you today. Leave me a comment and let me know what you're reading for Emojiathon. Are you joining? Check out the Emojiathon Twitter. I will leave that information down below, and that's all I got for you. So until next time, have a great day wherever you are, and I love you. Bye.